The most common baselines are cost and schedule. Projects that track a scope or technical baseline can use information in the deliverable measures. What are the common schedule measures used for tracking the actual performance with respect to the planned performance, Mr. Izgi?
Mr. Tekir, the first one is the start and finish dates. Comparing the actual start dates to the planned start dates and the actual finish dates to the planned finish dates can measure the extent to which work is accomplished as planned. Even if work is not on the longest path throughout the project, the critical path, late start and finish dates indicate that the project is not performing to plan. The next one is the effort and duration. Actual effort and duration compared to planned effort and duration indicates whether estimates for the amount of work and the time the work takes are valid, as we see on the screen. The next one is the schedule variance, abbreviated as SV. A simple schedule variance is determined by looking at performance on the critical path. When used with earned value management, it is the difference between the earned value and the planned value. Figure 2-24 shows an earned value graph illustrating the schedule variance. The next one is the Schedule Performance Index, abbreviated as SPI. Schedule Performance Index is an earned value management measure that indicates how efficiently the schedule work is being performed. The next one is the feature completion rates. Examining the rate of feature acceptance during frequent reviews can help assess progress and estimate completion dates and costs.
Okay, what are the common cost measures used for tracking the actual performance with respect to the planned performance?
The first one is the actual cost compared to planned cost. This cost measure compares the actual cost for labor or resources to the estimated cost. This term may be referred as the burn rate. The next one is the cost variance, abbreviated as CV. A simple cost variance is determined by comparing the actual cost of a deliverable to the estimated cost. When used with earned value management, it is the difference between the earned value and the actual cost. The figure on the screen shows an earned value graph illustrating the cost variance. The next one is the Cost Performance Index, abbreviated as CPI. An earned value management measure that indicates how efficiently the work is being performed with regard to the budgeted cost of the work.
Okay, now we come to a new topic, which is resources.
Yes, resource measurements may be a subset of cost measurements, since resource variances frequently lead to cost variances. The two measures evaluate price variance and usage variance. There are two important measures. The first one is planned resource utilization compared to actual resource utilization. This measurement compares the actual usage of resources to the estimated usage. The usage variance is calculated by subtracting the planned usage from the actual usage. The second one is planned resource cost compared to actual resource cost. This measurement compares the actual cost of resources to the estimated cost. Cost variance is calculated by subtracting the estimated cost from the actual cost.
Another topic is business value. Business value measurements are used to ensure the project deliverable stays aligned to the business case and the benefits realization plans. Business value has many aspects, both financial and non-financial. What are the important metrics that measure financial business value?
They are benefit to cost ratio, abbreviated as BCR, planned benefits delivery compared to actual benefits delivery, return on investment, abbreviated as ROI, and net present value, abbreviated as NPV.
What is the benefit to cost ratio, Mr. Izgi?
This is a measure of the expected present value of an investment with the initial cost. It is used to determine if the costs of a project outweigh its benefits. If the costs are greater than the benefits, the result will be smaller than 1.0. In this case, the project should not be considered unless there are regulatory, social good, or other reasons to do the project. If the ratio is greater than 1.0, the project should be considered.
Okay. Can you explain to us planned benefits delivery compared to actual benefits delivery?
As part of a business case, organizations may identify the values as the benefit that will be delivered as a result of doing the project. For projects that expect to deliver benefits during the project life cycle, measuring the benefits delivered and the value of those benefits, then comparing that information to the business case, provides information that can justify the continuation of the project, or in some cases, the cancellation of the project.
Okay, what is return on investment?
It's a measure of the amount of financial return compared to the cost. ROI is generally developed as an input to the decision to undertake a project. There may be estimates of ROI at different points in time across the project lifecycle. By measuring ROI throughout the project team can determine if it makes sense to continue the investment of organizational resources.
Okay, what is net present value?
The difference between the present value of inflows of capital and the present value of outflows of capital over a period of time, NPV, is generally developed when deciding to undertake a project. By measuring the NPV throughout the project team can determine if it makes sense to continue the investment of organizational resources.
Okay, let's go over the stakeholder satisfaction. Stakeholder satisfaction can be measured with surveys or by inferring satisfaction or lack thereof, and by looking at related metrics. What are the important metrics?
They are net promoter score, mood chart, morale, and turnover.
What is the net promoter score?
A net promoter score measures the degree to which a stakeholder, usually the customer, is willing to recommend a product or service to others. It measures a range from -100 to +100. A high net promoter score not only measures satisfaction with a brand, product, or service, it is also an indicator of customer loyalty.
Okay, what is the mood chart?
A mood chart can track the mood or reactions of a group of very important stakeholders, the project team. At the end of each day, project team members can use colors, numbers, or emojis to indicate their frame of mind. The figure on the screen shows a mood chart using emojis. Tracking the project team's mood or individual project team members' mood can help to identify potential issues and areas of improvement.
What is the morale?
Since mood boards can be subjective, another option is to measure project team morale. This can be done by surveys, asking project team members to rate their agreement on a scale of 1 to 5 to statements such as, I feel my work contributes to the overall outcomes. I feel appreciated. I am satisfied with the way my project team works together.
What is the turnover?
Another way to track morale is by looking at unplanned project team turnover. High rates of unplanned turnover may indicate low morale.
Let's come to forecasts, Mr. Izgi.
Project teams use forecasts to consider what might happen in the future so they can consider and discuss whether to adapt plans and project work accordingly. Forecasts can be qualitative, such as using expert judgment about what the future will hold. They can also be causal when seeking to understand the impact a specific event or condition will have on future events. Quantitative forecasts seek to use past information to estimate what will happen in the future.
What are the quantitative forecasts?
They are estimate to complete, estimated completion, variance at completion, to complete performance index, regression analysis, throughput analysis.
What is the estimate to complete?
An earned value management measure that forecasts the expected cost to finish all the remaining project work. There are many different ways to calculate the estimate to complete. Assuming past performance is indicative of future performance, a common measurement is calculation of the budget at completion minus the earned value, then dividing cost performance index.
What is the estimate at completion?
This earned value management measure forecasts the expected total cost of completing all work as shown on the screen. There are many different ways to calculate the estimated completion. Assuming past performance is indicative of future performance, a common measurement is the budget at completion divided by the cost performance index.
What is the variance at completion?
An earned value management measure that forecasts the amount of budget deficit or surplus. It is expressed as the difference between the budget at completion and the estimated completion.
Okay. What is the to complete performance index?
An earned value management measure that estimates the cost performance required to meet a specified management goal. TCPI is expressed as the ratio of the cost to finish the outstanding work to the remaining budget.
What is the regression analysis?
An analytical method where a series of input variables are examined in relation to their corresponding output results in order to develop a mathematical or statistical relationship. The relationship can be used to infer future performance.
Okay, and last, what is the throughput analysis?
This analytical method assesses the number of items being completed in a fixed time frame. Project teams that use adaptive practices use throughput metrics such as features complete versus features remaining, velocity, and story points to evaluate their progress and estimate likely completion dates. Using duration estimates and burn rates of stable project teams can help verify and update cost estimates.